You are now tuning into the Baddie Blueprint. What's going on, everyone? It is your favorite boss babe, Celine, aka Coach Baddie. Stay tuned for all things badass, bold, and brave, honey. Topics include spirituality, sexuality, and authentic confidence. So please stay tuned and grab some damn tea, water, whatever the hell you need to grab. Grab that shit because this is going to be a lit episode. Baddies. Hey y'all, Coach Baddie is here, and I'm coming to you all with another episode on the Baddie Blueprint. I just thank you all. What just fell? What just fell, God? What just fell? Okay, we still good. Yeah. So this episode is going to be all about the clit. So yes, the clit has entered the chat. And that's exactly what I'm going to name this episode. The clit has entered the chat. And the reason why I'm talking about this, I just wanted to quickly touch on um, just stimulating the clit, orgasms, and much more. I wanted to start off by saying, listen, you all, I want you all to know your anatomy. I want your partners to know your anatomy as well. And sometimes that takes you to have to show them your anatomy. Um, we we got to stop assuming that people just know exactly what everything is, where everything is, how every. We got to stop assuming things because that's leaving us to not have pleasurable sex. We all have different shaped clits, different size clits, and even different sensitivities. So we need to understand that about clit owners and be able to relay that information to our partners and to everyone. For example, some clits are smaller. Some clits are bigger. So for those who have smaller clits, sometimes it's a bit hidden and some people really cannot find it. So it's important for you to, show them exactly where it is or show them exactly how to please you. Sometimes you don't even need direct stimulation on the clit. Maybe you just need, the lips to be rubbed. It really just depends on the person, and that person is you. So you would have to just figure that out and tell someone, you tell them your anatomy and how you like to be touched. And it's important for you to do that. I understand that it may feel like when you get into like a sexual, intimate session, you may not want to, talk, and, you may not want to ruin the mood or whatever the case may be. But however, you shouldn't be ruining the mood when you're owning your pleasure and you're telling them exactly what you want and how you want it. Because oftentimes, if you don't, then they're just going to be playing around in there, and that's not going to feel good unless that's what you want. Because I've been realizing lately, due to my condition with the numbness from the back surgery and stuff like that, and I'm suffering from a little bit of numbness. Now my partners, they don't have to really work that hard. I just like for them to just play in it, just do whatever they want to do with their hands. And that pleases me because I can feel that. And, and I do want them to be directly on my clit. However, I like them to touch everything, but not everyone is like that. And I know I wasn't like that before my incident. I needed direct stimulation on my clit, and I love to get fingered and for them to touch my internal clitoris, also referred to as the G spot, but we understand that the G spot is just the internal clitoris, right? We understand that, right? Okay, cool. So, so yeah, so you need to just figure out like how you like to be touched, and how much pressure you would like to be that you would like to have on your clit. And like I said, sensitivity. Some people's clits are so sensitive to the point where they don't even want it to be touched because it provides a painful sensation versus pleasurable. So definitely know the your pressure points, your pleasure points, and all of that good stuff. Understand that, hey, I like to be fingered and I like to be my clit to be stimulated at the same time. All of these things, you're not, and one, I know a lot of people like to say, oh, I'm asking for too much. Whoa, what do you mean you're asking for too much? You all are entering this sexual session, this sexual relationship, to have the utmost fun and pleasure. So it's important to own your pleasure and know your pleasure. That's why I want you all to begin exploring, begin using different tools, different temperatures, you know, different positions when you're masturbating. All of that. It's important to really explore that. That doesn't mean it can. Here's the thing, right? When you're masturbating, a lot of people, including myself, masturbate in one position. That is that I feel like that is okay. However, it's important to at least switch it up a little bit. So I would recommend this is some I do this sometimes too. Before I start to really begin masturbating to orgasm, right? And you don't have to masturbate to orgasm, but for those who do orgasm when they masturbate, before you get into that mode of like, okay, I'm about to come, spend 2 minutes trying something new. Get yourself aroused, because our body takes some time to get aroused anyway. So use this time to explore different positions, touch different parts of the body, you know, um, explore the back door. Like I just the other day I just explored the butt plug, and it was kind of interesting. It wasn't like the most pleasurable thing, but I think if I was like a little bit more aroused, and if I maybe like tried it with a partner, maybe that'll do something to me, like have the butt plug in as they're penetrating me. I don't know. I would have to try it out. We'll see. Um, but yeah, do try different things. It's so important. And the clit is one thing that you can definitely explore. Explore different sides of the clit, right? You have your left side, you have the right side. Explore if there's any type of veins or any type of hot spots that you realize that when you touch that, it brings immense pleasure. Or maybe the top, maybe just the top of the clit. Or maybe you put a lot of pressure from a vibrator or your fingers on the clit. Or maybe don't put a lot of don't put a lot of pressure. Maybe just tease it a little bit. Kind of just gently rub your finger over it and really allow for your mind to feel that little sensation of the pleasure, right? Um, and that is a good way to get like that mindfulness, that teasing, that arousal, that pleasure. So there's different ways. Go you could also grab your clit. Grab your clits, bitches. But anyway, you could also like grab your clit. I'm sorry, I'm not saying grab because that just sounds so aggressive. You can there's no other way to say it. Anyway, you can hold your clit with your two fingers, your index finger and your thumb finger, and you can begin to go in an up and down motion using your clitoral hood to basically essentially jack off your clit. Okay? You can do that as well. Or you can use your pussy lips, okay? And you can also use that to jack off your clit. So you would basically be holding your pussy lips together with, let me try it really quick. So there's different ways you can do it. You can use your index finger and your middle finger and your thumb. I want you to grab both of your lips, right? And then you can then begin to kind of pinch your clit, using your pussy lips. Okay? So I really, 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 really hope y'all understood what I meant by that. But really, it's just like jacking off your clit. It's, remember, the clit is basically, it's the clit and the penis. They have very well, the vulva in itself and the penis and the whole structure, it's very, very similar. We basically have all of the same parts, just organized differently. And so we get erect too. The clit does get erect. And that's one thing that I need y'all to understand. The clit gets erections, okay? The clit gets erections. So if you notice, that's how I know I'm really turned on, if my clit is hard. If my clit is not hard, then the sex is not going to be as bomb as I would like. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the clit needs to enter the chat. Okay, the clit needs to enter the chat whenever I'm having sex. Whenever I'm fucking, my clit needs to be hard, because I realize that is when I'm the most aroused. That's when I can feel the most pleasure. And if it's not like that, then the sex is not going to be good. Then I'm going to feel like, why am I here? Then I'm going to start feeling like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And all of that takes time. Like sometimes, pleasing my partner does get me, turned on. Touching myself as I'm pleasing my partner gets me turned on. And then when they start to touch my clit, then boom, like here we go with the arousal, and they start to suck on my body, suck on my nipples. All of that gets the blood flowing. So, the clit has entered the chat, y'all. And the listen, we need to own our pleasure. And if that clit not hard, they gotta go. Just like if a penis owner, right? I know some people don't like using penis owner, but honestly, I don't even know what to say at this point. Penis owner, man, him, if they have a penis, just like that, they get erect and they know that they're, turned on, they're ready to go. And if they're not erect, then penetrative sex is not really, it's kind of hard to do with a soft penis, but it can still happen. However, just like with us, we need to take it just as serious as the penis owners take it. They take their erection serious because they know that it's needed for penetration and pleasure. And we too. We freaking too. Our clit needs to be hard. Our clit needs to be erect. Our clit needs to be filled with blood so that we can actually orgasm. So we can reach our peak. But oftentimes when we're getting penetrated, yes, it's feeling good. Yes, it's doing the job. And for some people, they don't need the clitoral stimulation. They don't need the direct clitoral stimulation in order to orgasm. Some people are like that. However, most women, most clit owners, most vulva owners, vagina owners need that direct stimulation. It is up to you to tell your partner that. And it is up to you to also, find out if that's what your partner needs. It's all about needs and desires and arousal when it comes to sex. What does my partner need? What do they desire? What gets them aroused? What turns them on? What gets them horny? How can I make this horniness last? All of these things are important questions and important things to know about your partner. Even in a casual relationship, we don't have bad sex around here. No. Bad sex has exited the chat. Bad sex has exited the chat. Okay? Even if it's a hookup, even if it's a two-time thing, we're demanding pleasure. Period. And if they don't want to, help you, be collaborative and within the sex, then they can go. That's when you end it right then and there. If you realize, hey, they are not taking my pleasure seriously, you know what I'm saying? And and this is it from here. It's okay to walk out of situations. It's okay for the clit to exit the chat. I'm sorry. I'm just so glad that I came up with this. But yeah, it's okay for the clit to exit the chat if you realize that the person is not giving you everything that you need. Have that respect for yourself. You can find someone who is more than willing to fully please you. For the people who don't want to please you or who don't want to figure out more about your body, it doesn't take that long. It don't take that long. You ask questions during the session or before the session. Preferably before, but I understand not every situation is like that. Okay? That's the clit. Let that baby engorge with blood. You know what I'm saying? Let your pussy lips get full and nice and ready for penetration. Let your vaginal walls get nice and swollen so that all of the juiciness, all of the wetness can start to flow. Use lube if you need. Introduce toys in the bed. Teach your partner something new. Teach these people something new. Show them the way. Show them what pleasure feels like, what pleasure looks like. And it's different for everybody. So show them how you do that shit. That shit's sexy. I love to see how people please themselves because you figured that shit out. You know what I'm saying? You figured out how to please yourself. And if you didn't figure out how to please yourself, say if you're in a situation where, you just had a partner and they were in charge of your pleasure. No. It's still your pleasure. It's still your body. It's still your feelings and emotions. No one is in charge of your pleasure. Only you. You were the one to be able to relax and allow for the pleasure to happen. So you own that shit. Just because someone is, making you orgasm or someone is, touching on you, rubbing on you and doing all that feely good stuff, that doesn't mean that they are in charge of your pleasure. Because I've been realizing pleasure is really it's an embodiment. It's a feeling. You got to tap into your mind. And a lot of people, they don't tap into their mind when it comes to sex. And they don't have mindful sex. They have sex where their mind is full of bullshit, as in regarding to society standards of beauty, how they look, performative sex, all of that stuff people mind is filled with. I don't blame you all because, with society and porn and all that stuff, they kind of taught us all the wrong shit about sex. So I don't blame you. But however, if you're listening to this podcast, you are a step closer to having mindful sex, to having mind-blowing sex, to having pleasure-filled sex, to owning your pleasure, feeling the pleasure inside of your body, understanding that you are in charge of this. You are in charge of surrendering in the moment to feel all of the good feelings and allow someone into your erotic space. Let me not continue because I can continue preaching. Y'all already know, but I'm preaching with purpose. Okay? And as I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking directly to myself. Directly to myself. This is healing for me as well. Okay? So, all in all, don't be afraid to try different things. Explore yourself with your partner or by yourself. Solo pleasure is just as freaking amazing. And just continue to do you. Continue to do you. Meditate, have that morning routine, love yourself to the best of your ability. Give yourself grace and compassion when things don't go your way or when life seems to kind of punch you in the face sometimes.